So here's Max Johnson's touchdown on the first drive for LSU after they got the turnover, and we're going to see Johnson does a good job eluding the rush, eyes downfield, and throwing a ball. So throwing a touchdown. He also does a good job with his eyes downfield. But here we have Mississippi State bringing bringing six here. Sorry, we got six guys in the box. It looks like pre-snap is seven, but they just end up bringing six. One of the looking blitzers pre-snap stays and is the spy. Johnson with a good job, eyes downfield, avoids the rush, makes the guy miss, and then throws a touchdown here. So something he does well is always keeping his eyes downfield. We've talked about how we want to work on not throwing off your back foot or fading away, but eyes downfield and processing information is something that Johnson does well and did so on this play here for a touchdown. So here's another good ball from Johnson. I wanted to show this play because it does a good job demonstrating his accuracy downfield and throwing on the run. We'll see him roll out here. Mississippi State drops 8 into coverage on this play. Only bring 3. You have a little kind of misdirection with the backers here, but we'll see the LSU receiver come this way. And there's 3 guys that Max Johnson is able to put the ball between. Again, eyes always downfield. There's a good ball. 3 guys around you, kind of 4 if you want to, but a good accurate ball downfield and throwing on the run here. I think probably see more and more of this from Johnson, something you do see, but definitely helps get you comfortable going early in the game. I just think maybe continuing with these type of plays throughout the rest of the game as well is something that you could see LSU do. LSU quarterback Max Johnson was 17-27 for 280 yards in the air, 4 touchdowns and 1 interception in LSU's win against Mississippi State. And I believe the broadcast said this was a 6th straight game with at least 3 touchdowns. So a good trajectory for Johnson and a good start to his career. But I want to take a few minutes and talk about his game against Mississippi State and kind of break down in further detail some good things that we saw and some improvement areas. But overall, it was a good game from Johnson. But I just want to kind of go into a little bit more detail. So let's go ahead and dive into it. So this is going to be the first play of the second half. And Max Johnson had a much better second half than first half, and LSU was able to pull away or at least have a big lead that Mississippi State almost came back on. Regardless, this play here was the first touchdown throw in the second half here, and we're going to see how much the run game can impact the passing game, even though LSU's run game did not get going. But look, just the fake run, look what it does to Mississippi State's defenders, right? You got to coming in. Even this safety belief comes in here, right? Let's see. Yep, dives in right here. So you have, 7, 8 guys, however many guys it is, all within 5-6 yards of line of scrimmage. That creates a good path for Johnson to let Butte get open. Throws a strike there, and then Butte does the rest, goes for a touchdown. So a good example of what the run game does for the passing game, and if LSU is able to get the run game going, I expect the passing game to be easier as well. But still, a good game from Johnson, 17-27, 280 yards, 4 touchdowns. So a few things you want to look for. He had a much better second half. We're going to see some clips in the first half, second half, and then I want to look at some improvement areas as well at the very end. I think even though he does a really good job processing defenses and keeping his eyes downfield, some of the best traits about him, he does have a tendency to throw over his back foot at times, and then he has a tendency to let the ball just hang as opposed to letting it rip and putting the ball down there to get some more juice in the ball. So we're going to see some of those improvement areas as well. Before we continue with the video, just want to encourage you all to consider subscribing to the channel if you like any quarterback related content. Boom. Okay, let's go on with the rest of the quarterback breakdown. So this touchdown pass here made it 21-3 right before the touchdown clip here, even though there's not a lot to break down, still a touchdown here for LSU that put them up 21-3. So here's a 3rd and 3 touchdown pass from Johnson to the tight end here. And a few different things in this play because I like a lot, but there's a few things you want to clean up here too, even though it was a touchdown. So the Mississippi State defenders do collide, which leads to that long touchdown. But what we watch here is Mississippi State is going to bring pressure, right? So they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but you have enough to protect, right? You got 6 on 6. Pressure still comes. Good read by Johnson. The linebacker's out of the way here. You don't want to see him throwing off his back foot again, right? Like we've talked earlier, just loses some juice, and at times you have to, but you can step up here and take that hit. Regardless, though, you gotta give credit when credit is due. Ends up being a good pass, and we'll look at more kind of thrown away examples on the next few clips. Being a good pass, Mississippi State defenders collide, and the tight end is able to go for a touchdown. So this put LSU up 28-10. 3rd and 3 was a good conversion, good processing information there. You just don't want to see him thrown away. It ended up working out, which is okay. So good overall play there with some improvements within the play as well. So here's a 3rd and 8, and this is an example of Johnson kind of throwing, falling away from the throw and not getting enough juice on the target because the receiver is open here. And it does roll out. A good job with the eyes downfield, right? Something he does a good job on. We always talk about that. But then he throws kind of fading away and is not able to put enough juice on it. It's okay to throw on the run, but you can still kind of square up towards your target and put some juice on it. You see the receiver is open, and you can argue if he should have cut it or not. But not a lot of juice in the ball, and he was open. Just an example of something you want to work on so you can throw a more catchable ball and get a little more juice on it. So when I say we want to see him put the ball out there more and kind of let it rip a bit more, this is the perfect play example. We're going to see Butte on a wheel route, has a step on the receiver, and just the ball is not out there. The ball just kind of hangs on Johnson here. So it's the right read. Ball is being thrown right now. Right time to throw it. But the ball just kind of hangs, right? Now, just put it out there. Butte can go get it. Just throw that ball out there. Good coverage by the DB, right? And it's okay. I know sometimes you want to throw a jump ball, but this is not one of the times you want that jump ball to happen. Even though Butte can come down with that ball a lot of times. Put that ball out there, let it rip, and let him go get it. So here's Johnson's interception, and this actually comes right after a pretty good throw, a good 3rd and 12 throw from across the field that Johnson made. And so this is about 6-ish minutes left in the first half, this interception. And another example of when we talk about, hey, just put the ball out there, let it rip, don't let it hang. And so I don't want to take away credit from the DB because it was a hell of an interception, great job there. But the ball just kind of floats, and we see the receiver did have a step kind of back here. Just throw it way out there, let your guy go get it. Again, good interception, but you want to just let it rip and let the ball go out there. So these are kind of the areas of improvements that Max Johnson will probably be looking to make. But just to kind of recap it, he still was 17-27, 280 yards in the air, 4 touchdowns and 1 pick, and again had, I believe, the 6 straight games with at least 3 TDs. So I think he's on a great trajectory. I think he's improving, and I think he had a much better second half like we talked about. So I want to hear from you guys, though. Well, what do you think of Max Johnson's performance? Let us know in the comments below what you think, how you think he played against Mississippi State, and what you want to see from him moving forward. Let us know, and we'll see you next time on the next quarterback-related video.